Alright, so I've actually had a few people asking me to see the barn that I sawmill out of, and that's it right back here. You might have seen the front of the barn a few times in a few of my videos, and it obviously looks a little bit different. You can see we re-sided it, got new doors on it, and got some structural work done while they were here. So I figured I'd show you guys what it looks like on the outside and on the inside, and explain to you a little bit about the barn. So I'll go ahead and take you up a little bit closer and start showing you around. Also, at the end of the video, I will have a sneak peek of a new toy slash tool that we got for the sawmill and for around the farm too. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so here's the front of the barn. Off to the side here is the old milk house, and the milk tanks are now gone, and it's basically just used as a storage area for all the tools and stuff. But the old doors were on a single flat piece of metal, and their wheels looked kind of like pulleys. Well, the track moved a lot, and it had old bent over nails holding it on, so every once in a while when you'd move it, or especially in the cold and stuff, it would end up just popping off the track, and it would be a three-person job to try to get it put back on the track. Now we've got locking doors. No more wind blowing them off the tracks. Okay, so here's the sawmill. This is the section you guys always get to see, so nothing special about this. There's my board with all the new lights on it. It's removable, so if I need to walk through here without hitting my head, I can just pop it off the chains. Keep some of my tools in this wooden chest here. There's some walnut live edge for a later project. And here's my personal stash. I'm using that for some projects coming up here in the future for my house. Some black locust lumber, my black locust beams, my porch beams with the scarf joint, the ones in the works. As you can see, the old barn actually is all mortise and tenon, held together with wooden pegs, not nails. You can see where there used to be something in there. I can take you to the other side. This is the side that I stole off of my family to put on my wood. Okay, so coming up this elevator here, you can see some of the joinery. This is an old scarf joint, big giant bolt, nut and plate there helping hold that together. I'm pretty sure this beam here is about 14 inches this way, probably 8 the other way, so big old 8 by 14. This was used for extra hay storage. We used to store our hay from the floor there where Willow is, the whole way up to the peak here on both sides. Go ahead and walk across this 4x6 here. Here's a peg. Right there's the old, you can't really see it, but the old hay trolley. But down here in that room is actually where they used to have some grain storage, and there's a little chute. You could shovel it down the chute. It would go downstairs into the bottom floor, right into a bin that they could use to feed the cows. But for the hay here, it's convenient to have it on this side because right below me is a little hay chute. You can throw it down and it goes down into the first floor too. So basically you take a bale of hay here, throw it down this, it would land right down here, and then you could feed the animals. So it's pretty convenient. Over here by the sawmill, once that focuses, that door, there used to be a set of stairs that would take you downstairs, but now they're falling apart and need rebuilt, so does that door. But that's on the list of projects to do. There's 2 rooms in the back. One right there, and one on that side. Both of those were used for grain too, so nothing too exciting. They're too dark to really get any good shots in. So I'll go ahead and take you guys downstairs to show you what the bottom of the barn looks like. It's really not all that exciting. Everything that's cool to look at's up here, like that right there. That's really cool, all the old joinery, so nothing this pretty downstairs. Alright, so here's the bottom of the barn. Nothing super exciting. There used to be concrete feeders and like troughs for the manure. There used to be a chain that would take all the manure out whenever it was like a dairy farm. Now we just got some horses. A little pony and a mini horse. But nothing super exciting. It still needs some work down here, so like here's one of the feeder troughs. We started jackhammering it out. The old stanchions for the cow, milking the cows and stuff, or there's still pieces of those left. What are you doing? But that's the view from down here. Got some old barnwood there to get rid of. We'll probably store it and either use it for projects or sell it and get a couple of bucks back from redoing the barn. So I'll go ahead and show you guys the new toy. Alright, so here's the new toy slash tool. We were fortunate enough to have a bobcat around, but it was a tire machine and it didn't really have the weight to lift anything super heavy. Even a thing of gravel, you stop suddenly and the whole machine tips forward. So I wanted something with tracks. I've used them at work and they're just amazing compared to wheels. I'll take wheels over a shovel, but we ended up getting this thing used, so we didn't spend a fortune on it. We got the grapple so I can pick up logs and pull brush out. We have to get a new fitting, one that'll actually fit the machine here. It's got heat, AC, and radio, which is a nice perk. I didn't need it, but it came with it, and I'm not one to complain for heat. It's also got the quick attach, so I don't have to get out. I can use my hydraulics to unhook and hook up buckets, which beats the high lift where I gotta get out and use a sledgehammer because the pins are broken. I don't know if there's actually got the glass still in it. Half of the ones I looked at had the glass broken out of them. And it came with, I think, a 67-inch bucket. So the bucket's over here. Okay, so yeah, here's the bucket. That's an upgrade from the Bobcat bucket too. It's in way better shape. But that thing is definitely a beast compared to the old one that we had. So we got that, and then while it's off, I'll show you. This is the log boom that my brother and I made. Couple of things that you guys who watch might notice is we did add a center, like a triangular brace in here. I was hauling a 24-foot log. It was white oak, by a 24-inch diameter, I think. And you could just see that there was some serious weight on it, so I had him tack that on just to be sure that next time I haul a heavy log, there's no give to it. And I had him add a second chain, a little bit lower. With two reasons. One is so when there's not a log tongue on there, I can hook the two chains together and they're not swinging around like before. And whenever there is log tongues on there, I can hook those up and keep the log tongues from swinging around like crazy. So another advantage to having a second chain on there is if I ever needed a lower pickup point. I think it's about a 2-foot difference between the two, so that's a perk. Or I can make something and hang my chainsaw gear on there so I don't have to put it in the bucket with the tractor. So I just figured a little bit easier to see the actual tool itself when it's not hooked up to a tractor. Alright, that's it for the barn tour and the new toy. I do have a couple of Sawmill videos coming up. I did a pretty big job kind of on the barter system. We're going to do labor for labor. I have a video for the other barn with the house that I inherited, and I think at least one basement video. Try not to bore you guys with too much of the repetitive demo stuff. You pull out a board or two, you can only watch so many of the same boards being pulled out. You know, it gets pretty boring. If I do 8 hours of pulling boards, I can't imagine that would be entertaining for you guys. Same thing with digging out the basement. I have a time lapse set up, so I'll give you a time lapse, but you can probably only watch one guy put a shovel in the dirt and throw it in a bucket and carry it out so many times before you guys get bored. So I'll show you little glimpses of everything I'm doing along the way and try to keep you updated but not bore the crap out of you. So there's a bunch of videos coming. I'm just super busy, haven't been able to get any edited, get in the house late at night, and I'm exhausted after shoveling. I think we did 10 tons of dirt by hand over the weekend, so last thing I felt like doing was sitting down at a computer, and then the next day I ended up with a migraine, and definitely can't do editing with the migraine. So if you're enjoying these videos so far, feel free to leave me a comment, subscribe, and like the video. Let me know what you like and what you want to see more of. Until the next one.